What's going on, YouTube? Alright, so we're going to hit you back with another top 5 video. This is going to be a little bit late, but hey, you know what? It's whatever. So this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to say my top 5, and she's going to say her top 5. And like I've always said, it's on our opinion, and our opinion does not matter. But this top 5 is going to be on animals, on which ones we think are the coolest animals or make the best pets, and so on and so forth. We couldn't agree on which top 5 animals to go with, so we decided to go with our own, because I like different animals than what she likes, and we'll get into that in a little bit, in just a few seconds. But I just wanted to go over what this one's going to be about, so that we can go ahead and just start making this video. Anyway, you want to start first?
Sure. So my number 5 is a goldfish. I've only had at least like 2 in my life. They've both died. Pros, you don't have to walk them. You don't really have to do much with them, except for put a little feed in their bowls, and that's about it. Cons, their fish tanks are really gross, like on Finding Nemo, when they try to get their fish tank all dirty, yeah. So that's nasty. And you can't play with them.
Poke, poke, poke.
Unless you want to get a stick and poke it.
Poke, poke.
Or put it in a baggie and like, fishy, why are you sleeping? Like on Finding Nemo. Don't do that. You'll kill it.
Alright. My number 5 is ferrets. Now, a lot of you probably have never owned a ferret. I've owned 3. The reason that I think that ferrets make really cool animals is they're really fun. They play around a lot, and they're little thieves, which is pretty cool because they'll steal money for you. But, you know, that shouldn't be a reason to keep an animal. But anyway, they're just really cool animals. They're like furry snakes with feet. They like to cuddle, everything else. The only problem with them, so cons I guess, is they get messy. Some of them can be pretty feisty if they aren't trained or if they were not gotten from a reputable breeder, so on and so forth. And yet again, they're super nosy. They've always got to be up in your business and knowing what's going on. But anyway, let's go back at her with a number 4.
So my number 4 is a kitty cat. Well, some cats. I know mine was an independent woman. She didn't need nobody, so that's a good thing. She needed me. I'm the only person she liked.
She's lying.
She loved me very much. And a con, which is kind of a pro too, they're kind of assholes. And I'm an asshole sometimes. So
I agree.
So we get along pretty well. We used to.
And yet that's your number 4.
And sadly, it's still my number 4. I got some pretty good ones coming up.
Alright, my number 4 is ball pythons. Now, I've owned a few of these, and I've actually helped one of my good friends breed them. And they're really cool. They're the best snakes that you can own. Well, that's in my opinion. But the reason I like ball pythons is that they have some of the coolest patterns. Whether you go clown or super pastel or just whatever, and you guys are probably like, what the hell is he talking about? But anyway, they've got really cool patterns. They're pretty easy to care for if you know what you're doing. And there's not much cleaning, I guess. I mean, you do got to clean out their tanks every week, I would say. Cons, they can bite if they're not very well trained. If you don't play with them a lot or whatever, they'll bite. They're cold-blooded, so they need heat pads, which can get costly if you don't really know exactly which ones to get or anything like that. And also another con that a lot of people don't like to do is feeding them live rodents, which is one big thing that you have to do when you own a ball python, is they love to eat live rodents. But anyway, that's my number 4. Number 3.
My number 3 could have been my number 1, but I feel like my poor little dog would have been really upset with me if I did this. A pet rock. I know I've had one. Pretty sure a lot of people have had one. You can easily go outside and get one. They're free. You don't gotta feed it or walk it or do anything with it. You could use it to toss it at someone's head. Like, yeah. And a con, it's a damn rock. I'm not saying people who have rocks are lonely, but if you have a pet rock, you might have been kind of lonely.
Like you.
Kind of.
Yeah, Yeah.
Kind of.
It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, my number 3 are geckos. For me, they're pretty cool. I don't know why I picked them for number 3. I guess I kind of mixed that one up. 3 and 4 should actually be swapped. I think snakes are cooler than lizards. But anyway, let's get into why I think geckos are cool. Geckos are cool because they have really different patterns. If you get like a leopard gecko, you can get ones that have different patterns and stuff like that. And yet again, with another pro for these, you don't have to feed them live animals, which is pretty cool. Cons, it's a lizard. You can't really do much with it. Yet again, you still have to have a heating pad and stuff like that. And depending on the lizard, you might actually have to get a mister and stuff like that. But that's why I went with geckos. But they're pretty similar to a snake, I guess, in some aspect. But I would say go with a snake over a lizard. Number 2.
My number 2. I've always wanted one of these. My mom cringes at the idea, but I've always wanted a pet rat.
That's why I feed them to my ball pythons.
Those are mice.
No, and rats.
That's disgusting. If I ever get one, heaven forbid that thing turns into food for it. But cool thing about them, they can be potty trained, which is awesome. You get them like the little one corner of their little, not tank, but cage. There we go. That's what it's called. And they can be potty trained. You can dress them up. I've seen cute little pictures on like Google where they're wearing.
You can dress up a ferret too.
But rats are cute. They get really big balls.
But they stink.
No, any small rodent stinks. That's why you keep clean. But yeah, that's my number 2. What's yours?
My number 2 is a tarantula. You want to know why? Because I can scare her with it. Yes! She hates spiders.
And that's when my number 1 will kill it.
I don't think she would. But anyway, a tarantula would be pretty cool to have just because they're pretty interesting creatures, I guess. I don't really know if I want to call them an animal, but they could still be a pet.
They're arachnids. Right?
Yeah, I guess it's like an insect. Yeah, it's an
not
arachnid.
it's not an insect.
Yeah, it's an arachnid.
Something.
But anyway, they can scare people. They're pretty cool animals. Cons, they can be mean. Extremely, extremely mean if you let them. But anyway, let's get into our number 1.
My number 1 is sitting right behind me. But you can't see her. Come here. Come here. Is my Frey. She's a Siberian husky. I can't talk. She
got an accent there for a second too.
I did because I didn't know what I was saying. She's like 2 years old, and the best thing about huskies is that they are self-entertained like every other dog. She's kind of crazy.
Kind of.
Really crazy. But hers a good girl. Cons, huskies are escape artists, so if you want one, make sure you have like
a husky-proof house.
Exactly. Cement all the way down to the ground in your backyard with a fence and stuff, because they'll get out. She knows how to open doors. With the husky, your new favorite accessory is fur. She has white fur, so right now I'm covered in dog fur, and it's just my favorite thing. You get fur in your eyeballs.
She's lying. It's not good at all. It sucks.
It sucks. But she's a good dog. Unlike other dogs. That's my number 1. And her name's Frey.
It's Freya.
Frey.
It's Freya. I named her, and it's Freya. Anyway, number 1 for me is a parrot. I say parrot just because most of them are pretty much similar. My personal favorite is probably a sun conure or a blue and gold macaw. I went with a sun conure as my first one, which is Winchester, and if you guys haven't seen, you can check out his playlist. I'm going to do some updates with him and stuff like that. But they're my favorite. The reason I say that is because they're playful, they're fun, they're cuddly. They just make an awesome pet. And they get really, really smart. You can teach them to talk. You can teach them to sing. You can teach them just to do amazing tricks. And they're awesome pets. Cons, they get really messy, extremely messy, and they are loud. Some of them can be extremely, extremely loud. Mine, Winchester, he is only loud when I'm not around, and then when I'm here, he's pretty quiet usually, unless I'm talking to him.
You could probably hear him right now tearing up stuff in his cage.
Yeah, he's being playful, like I said. That's a pro. But he makes a mess with his food, stuff like that. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this top 5 video. If you don't already, you can follow me on Instagram, and it's at kind of a big deal. And then what's your Instagram?
I have a beauty Instagram, and it's Beauty by a Mermaid. So,
Links will be in the description.
Yes.
Because that's confusing.
Definitely.
And you can also follow Freya, the dog, because she made her an Instagram.
She does.
And then you can also follow Winchester, the parrot, because I made him an Instagram.
We're not crazy.
Sure we aren't. Anyway, all that will be in the description below. Just hopefully you guys liked this video. If you guys did, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe.
Give it a big thumbs up.
That's a like.
No, big thumbs up.
Yeah, that's a like.
You can also say a big thumbs up.
She's crazy. Anyway, take it easy.